Good morning, everyone. My name is Molly Sloss, and on behalf of the Walls senior class of 2010, I'd like to sincerely thank everyone for coming here today to help us celebrate this awesome welcome home for us. What attracted me most to Walls was the sense of family here. So when we moved to Logan, there was a slight feeling of apprehension about whether or not our family would survive without its home. However, it was that transition that brought us so much closer together. Our time away from 2130 G Street only reconfirmed our value that School Without Walls is not an address. School Without Walls is not a building. We are School Without Walls. Led by inspiring and incredible teachers, we are a group of devoted, motivating, and hardworking students who stay true to our name by learning whatever we can, wherever we can. So to everyone who helped to bring us here today, back to our true School Without Walls, I express my deepest gratitude. Whether it was our fantastic construction team, our very generous friends from George Washington University, the continual support from DCPS and Chancellor Rhee, or the many people like everyone in this crowd who helped to pack, tape, and carry boxes from building to building, on behalf of the whole student body of School Without Walls, I'd like to say that we are very, very grateful. And now, thank you, everybody. And we are very, very honored to have the mayor, Adrian Fenty, here with us today. So without further ado, I introduce our great mayor, Adrian Fenty.
All right. I usually don't get introduced by one of our students, but it looks like we should probably make a change to how we do these press conferences. The class of 2010, President Molly Sloss just did a fantastic job. I think indicating that we have a great future in our school system. Please give her a big round of applause, everyone. Now, I'm going to single out a particular group of people and ask you to do something. It's the people in the street. Everybody in the street, please come out of the street. There's plenty of room on the sidewalk, and all you are doing is making it more likely that you're going to get hit by a car. Okay? So I appreciate that. The street is open for transportation, and the sidewalks is open for pedestrians in this press conference. This is a great event. Any event that moves forward the education of young people anywhere is a great event. Any event that moves forward education here in the nation's capital is even greater. One that builds a facility as magnificent as this one for a school that educates our young people as brilliantly as School Without Walls does is even more amazing. But this project has a special history. It may be amongst all of the projects that indicate how the government didn't used to work correctly and used to take forever to do things, used to kind of refuse the assistance of the private sector and used to disappoint the community. This may be one of the ones that's on the top of that list, because I can't remember how long I heard about School Without Walls having a building that was deteriorating, literally ceilings falling on the heads of kids, and there being great promises to do something more about it, and yet us never fulfilling that potential. A couple of years ago, right around when the city council and I agreed that we would change the accountability structure of the school system, we hired two great people. We hired Chancellor Rhee, who has set a national standard for how you are supposed to raise the expectations of urban school systems. And we hired Alan Liu, who has helped us to build facilities that meet those high academic expectations. The two of them together have worked tirelessly to make sure that everything that is needed to have a world-class high school with world-class academic programs, and everything that is needed to make sure it happens fast, with the best materials, and on time happen. And so at the outset, please help me give a round of applause for our two leaders in education, Chancellor Rhee and Alan Liu. There is no one with a greater sense of urgency and lack of patience in the government than the council member who represents this area. For a long time, he thought he was beating his head against the wall without results, but lo and behold, stadiums were built, convention centers were built, residents of Ward 2's constituent services got met, the schools were taken over and they started to get reformed. And finally, the School Without Walls project has a grand opening. Give a big round of applause for Jack Evans, who does a great job as well. And then lastly, the District of Columbia has always had great business partners. This is a fabulous community of business partners who have long wanted to step up and produce for the District of Columbia Public Schools. No greater business partner than our universities. We've got some fabulous universities. No one greater than George Washington. It started under a prior administration, but it was finished under the Knapp administration, and we want to thank President Knapp for being here, for allowing this project to happen, for partnering in such a creative way so that they also have a new building on this campus. And GGW, I think, has lived up to what is needed if you're really going to fix a school system, and that's having partnerships in the business and academic community. So please give President Knapp and all of the George Washington University a big round of applause as well. All right, well, those four people will speak after me. I am just supposed to make sure everyone is aware of what we've done. This is a project that has a lot of dollar signs behind it. But to be candid with you, it is probably the best bang for the buck we've put in the District of Columbia in a long time. What is the final number? I'm missing it here in my talking points. Alan? 39.2 million. Final number was $39.2 million. When you walk inside this building, as I have done, you will be amazed, because we've built school buildings for twice as much. They look half as good. Let me tell you some of the things that are in this new building. A 68,000 square foot new addition, updated HVAC, plumbing, sprinkling, and electrical systems. Students, President Sloss, that means that the air conditioning works in the summer and the heat works in the winter. Right, yeah, not vice versa. Brickwork exterior restoration, so we kept the historic facade of this fabulous building. The same with the windows. And updated information technology and security video systems, roofing, brickwork restoration, interior restoration, ceramic tile flooring, historic wood floor restoration, finished carpentry, new lights, fixtures, acoustical ceilings, new stairways, completely compliant with ADA, and as much classroom, open space, and bright light as you'll see in any school anywhere in the country. I just want to highlight a couple of the academic programs before I turn it over to the Chancellor. The University of George Washington continues the dual enrollment program, allowing students here to earn enough credits to graduate with an associate's degree from GW at the end of their 12th grade year. Currently, it's my understanding 14 students are enrolled. Both the School Without Walls, GW, and the National Commission on Teaching America's Future, the GW grad students teach at School Without Walls for a full year while enrolled in the Education Graduate Program. Just two of the great things that happen because of the partnership with GW. Lots of other great things happen within these school boundaries. To tell you more about that and how it relates to the general vision of how we are reforming the school system in a way that is second to no other jurisdiction in the country, Chancellor Michelle Rhee.
Good morning. You know, I've actually known Molly Sloss since she was 2 years old. Wow. I used to help babysit her. And then she took over babysitting my kids, and I had no idea that she was elected president of her senior class, so I'm very proud of her on that. Next, she's going to be taking over my job, or the mayor's job. Thrilled to be here today. Just want to thank, obviously, a lot of people. First, Councilmember Evans, who's been one of the strongest supporters for our school reform efforts on the council. He's just been consistent in terms of his voice on the council as it pertains to what we're doing. Obviously, Alan Liu, without whom none of this could have been completed. And I also want to thank President Knapp and Principal Trogish, who have been waiting for this day for a very, very long time, and all of the parents and families of School Without Walls who have also been waiting a tremendous time for this. We know how much of a difference the physical plant makes in the lives of our students. It sends a message to our children about how much we value them and how important education is by the environment that we create for them. And I was yesterday at Sousa Middle School, which was one of the buildings that we also completely renovated. And that school saw huge gains last year, 17% in reading, 25% in math. And so we were talking about the DC CAS scores and how much Sousa had grown over the past year. And some of the students came up to me afterwards and said, you know, you were absolutely right. It was the principal, it was the teachers, it was everything that was happening. But we also want to let you know that a lot of it was the building. We just felt better about coming to school every day because we liked the building and we liked being here. And so that is what our goal is for over the next 5 years for us to renovate and modernize every single one of our DCPS buildings so that every child, when they come to school in the morning, feels the same way about wanting to be there. I'm extremely thrilled about what we've been able to put into this building, particularly on the technological front. We will have Promethean boards throughout the school, so smart board usage. We have our media carts so that they can travel from building or classroom to classroom. Kids can get online. The entire building is wired for wireless access. And we finally believe that we're beginning to bring some of our DCPS schools into the new technological age, and we're going to be equipping our students with the skills that they need to be successful long-term in life. I'm also thrilled by the partnership that the mayor talked about with GW. The early college program is doing exactly what we want it to do in preparing our young children, our young people for college, and giving them a leg up early on in their high school careers. And the fact that our kids will be graduating not only with a degree from one of the finest DCPS institutions that we have, but also with an associate's degree from GW is going to put them on a different trajectory. So we're thrilled about that. Thank you.
All right. So, again, if you read your national periodicals like I do, no one has deservedly received as much credit for what she or he has done in urban education reform than our school's chancellor. And she absolutely, I think, has captured the energy in this city for making sure our young people have an opportunity. But there really is an unwritten story in the DC public schools, and that is the work of Alan Liu. Jack and I have been around long enough that we just remember when someone would say, let's renovate a DC public school, they would spend more time studying the problem at more expense than Alan Liu spends building it and finishing the project. Literally, we had projects that would take 5 to 10 years after they got constructed. It would cost us twice as much money. This project began in April of 2008. For the record, it is now July of 2009. And again, once you go inside, you will be amazed at what his team has done in just 15 short months. It's not just the turning around of the building, it's turning around how we do things in the District of Columbia government, making sure that we spend the same time, attention, and detail and expertise in school buildings as we did at City Hall or in any private building that was built in the city. So again, he doesn't speak a lot, not a lot of long speeches, but just as effective in what he does as anyone else in our great city. Give a big round of applause for Alan Liu, everyone.
Thank you very much. Someone said that Alan, you didn't have any experience building schools 2 years ago. And I felt really bad when he said that to me. But I think Jack Evans and a number of other people, and the mayor in particular, said, well, gosh, Alan, you've built all these great buildings around the city. Surely you can take on these schools and turn them around. And it has been a challenge. But in the last 2 years, we have now taken care of what was basic things. You know, boilers that didn't work, air conditioners that never existed, and roofs that leaked, and bathrooms that didn't work. All of those things have kind of gone away now. And now suddenly it's business as usual. The mayor said, maintain a private sector standard. But the standard isn't just a so-called private sector standard. We maintain a standard of excellence. So we seek quality. In this particular school, we not only met the curriculum requirements and ed spec requirements, but we also took tender loving care to restore the building. It's an historic building. It's got many features in it that deserved reinvestment, and we actually took care of that and made sure that the building is as good as it was before. Actually, it's better than it was ever. And the building has now grown, and it's grown. And when you walk into the school, there's one thing you do realize. You realize that you're in a great space. And as the mayor said before, and as Michelle Rhee said, we're looking to create these spaces where children every day when they arrive, they really feel good. And that's a goal that we're trying to achieve, and I think we've been doing a pretty good job at getting there. I'd like to just acknowledge a few people that are on our team. Our program management team, starting with Teresa Luther and Will Mangrum, Phil Arton, and Chris Dunleavy, Renard Alexander. From our Turner construction team, Chris Jarling, Pamela Johnson, Richard Hillinghouse, and Ben Short. From our architectural team, from Aaron Kranz Ekstedt and Kuhn, Sean O'Donnell, Sharif Adia, Abby Cronin, and Matt Bell. Special thanks to Bernie Demtek, Charles Barber, Lou Katz, Alicia O'Neill, Susie Cora from our partners at GW. The other thing is that, just as important, we're looking to receive a LEED certification. We're hoping to hit gold if we can. And so this would be one of our, this and several of our other schools that are coming online we're looking to hit the gold standard. So that's something that's brand new for DCPS, brand new for the school system, but certainly something that we need to, we need to invest in, and we're doing that. Thank you very much.
The Chancellor said it that Jack Evans has been amongst our strongest supporters, not just in the council, but in the city on education reform. Our school reform legislation, which put Chancellor Rhee and Alan Liu in the positions that they have, would not have passed the council without Councilmember Evans. And he supported it because he knew we could do better and that the children deserve more. So for his leadership, please give him a big round of applause as he comes to the microphone. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. And first of all, good morning, everyone. What a great day in the District of Columbia. And as I tell my children every night, you can never thank people enough. And so I'm going to take just a moment to do that again. First of all, our mayor. Our mayor has done such a terrific job in the short time he has been in office because of his energy and decisiveness. And whether it happens to be this school today, the Addison School several weeks ago, even to the dog park in Shaw, what Mayor Fenty says is, let's get it done, and let's get it done now. Thank you, Mayor Fenty, on behalf of all of us. Thank you. It's that leadership and can-do spirit that has really moved this city forward. And on behalf of our Chancellor has done a terrific job. For the first time in my 18 years on the council and my 30 years in the city, we are actually seeing improvement in our school system, having spent all the time and money we've done it. So Chancellor Rhee, thank you. Thank you. It gives us all hope. And Alan Liu, who built the convention center on time, who built the baseball stadium, the fastest ever constructed stadium in America, a green stadium, was absolutely the right choice to build these schools. Because you know what Alan does? He builds the schools before those who try and slow it down have a chance to react. So they'll be organizing against you here tomorrow, but the school's done already. And so Alan, thank you for all you do, and your staff as well. And finally, I want to thank the community, the Foggy Bottom community. Are there any ANC commissioners here from Foggy Bottom over here? Give them all a round of applause. The ANC commissioners, the Foggy Bottom Association members, because this was a community partnership along with George Washington, and give them a round of applause, George Washington as well. This was a community partnership. And what the mayor says is right. This languished for years. For years, you heard about the school without walls, and nothing would happen. And finally, when we broke ground last April and moved forward with this project at lightning speed, we will have another first-class high school in the District of Columbia. In my ward, I have a parochial interest. I have Duke Ellington and School Without Walls are our two high schools. So we are very, very proud, very pleased to have this brand new high school in our ward and in our city, one of the top ones. And it is going to be here to educate our children as we go forward. We are living in difficult times. We are living in difficult times. I have spent the last 3 days from 9 in the morning till 7 at night working on the budget. The mayor sent us a great budget, making very hard decisions. The council has worked on that budget, making more hard decisions, leaving the District of Columbia as the leading city in America today. Our finances are still very strong. Our government is strong. Our education system is strong. So I am very proud to be an elected representative in the district today and to serve with you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you all.
Wonderful, Dan. Thank you very much. I want to recognize Linwood Jolly, who is our PTA president. Give all of our parents a big round of applause. Thank you, parents. You recognize that GW is not just one of our better schools here in D.C. It is one of the finest high schools in the entire country, sending young people on to the finest colleges in the land. Our last speaker is our leader for this area. He is the current president of the George Washington University. When you talk about education in D.C., you cannot do it without talking about GW. It's such an important component of the entire education spectrum. Also making sure that the Foggy Bottom neighborhood continues to prosper. President Knapp has reached out to so many different people, but he's reached out to the public schools in a way that has made a big difference, and I am so glad that he could find time to be here because all of the support that he has put in needed to be recognized. Please give a big round of applause for the GW President, President Knapp.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor, and it really is a pleasure on this beautiful morning, as the council member said, on this beautiful morning in the District of Columbia, to join and to thank so many fine public servants, so many fine leaders of the District of Columbia, and such great supporters of education. Mayor Fenty, Councilmember Evans, Chancellor Rhee, Mr. Liu, ANC Commissioner Lehrman, and I have to say it's a real pleasure to be here, joined by so many members of my staff and of the faculty and students, as well as the staff of the George Washington University, and to see so many neighbors, so many familiar faces here in Foggy Bottom and in the West End. And thank you so much all for being here today. This is, I think, an historic moment for a number of reasons. First of all, this building really symbolizes a very important partnership, as the mayor and others have said, a partnership between the businesses and, in our case, universities of the district, and such an important resource and such a central institution for the success and the future thriving of this city, and that is our public school system. We are very proud and very pleased to join with the efforts of the mayor and the chancellor, Mr. Liu, and the council, the DC Council, in every way we can to help realize the aspirations that are now so prominent in the city's approach to its schools. This building is historic because it is I think it's a symbol of so much about the District of Columbia. It is an historic building that is beautifully renovated. It brings together the past and the present in an extraordinary way, and I think when you tour this, you will find that the School Without Walls now has some pretty handsome walls on the inside, and it has been beautifully renovated. So it is an extraordinary moment for us. And this has been mentioned by several of the speakers, we have really been trying to give structure to a program that's existed actually for decades, in which we partnered with the school, in which our faculty and staff and students have served as teachers in the School Without Walls, and in which students in the School Without Walls have had an opportunity to take courses at no cost to them, at no cost to the district, have been able to take college-level courses with our institution, and we've tried to give some more structure to that. And I wonder if Sheila Harris is here today. I want to just recognize her. Here she is, right over here. Sheila is the director of our newly clarified and restructured early college program that so many students will be taking advantage of as they take courses. And as was mentioned, 14 will be able to get their associate's degrees, so when they leave high school, they will be graduating with a college-level associate degree at the same time. This is one of course, many ways in which we are partnering with the public schools here in the district. There is also, I want to mention, our Trachtenberg scholarships, which over the past 10 years have given some 100 full scholarships to graduates of the D.C. public schools, including the School Without Walls, and another one of our partners, Duke Ellington School, where we had the ceremony this past spring to announce the recipients of the Trachtenberg scholarships. So in all these ways, we hope to continue to deepen our relationship, and we really welcome the support and the advice, the counsel of everyone gathered here together as we work together for the sake of our children, for the sake of the future of this great city, and for this wonderful partnership between a university and its neighbors. Thank you all very much for being here.
All right. We are, if everybody will move forward, we are going to cut the ribbon. After we cut the ribbon, Director Liu and Chancellor Rhee will take us on a tour of the school, and we'd be more than excited to have the cameras follow us on the tour. All right, let's see. Let's have all of our dignitaries, President Schloss, Principal, Parent Rep Jolly, everyone, let's cut the ribbon so people can go inside. Oh, we got some more students here? We got a lot of more students. You! Let's get some more students in here. This is really for you guys. We got someone around. All right. Come on up, President. The students will be right behind us. They've got our back. Get in there. Jack. President. All right. Everybody pose for the cameras. Jack, you want to give us a 3 count? Ready? 3, 2, 1.